All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. I found all the things I need. Or hit this super, like, laid back music too, man. Like, this should be like closer so you guys can see better. There we go. Are people still here? Keeps coming unthreaded tonight, man. Alright. This music is too chill. We're finding new music. I'm afraid I'm going to inflict my singing upon all of you because at least if I'm singing, I'm not going to fall asleep. So enjoy what will be interesting.
There were 3 ravens sat on a tree.
Down the
They
day,
were as black might be, with a
One of them said to his mate, "Where shall we our breakfast take?" That's what happens when you awkwardly transition from the soprano line to the alto line. As I was a-walking all a-lane, I heard twa corbies macking amain, and saying unto that other did say, "Oh, where shall we gain and dine the day? Oh, where shall we gain and dine the day?" Don't make that noise. That's not good. But his hawk and his hound and his lady Pharaoh. Why did you make that noise? Don't make that noise. Ugh. Hello! The sewing machine is on strike, so we're fixing something. So we may make our dinner sweet, oh, we may make our dinner sweet. And I'll pike out his money blueing. I'm really tired. You're only gone. I know, it's really that quick. I also switched the music to Merry Wives of Windsor so I can sing along to it and keep myself awake because I'm like really, really starting to get really tired. The soothing sounds of the sewing machine are really soothing. I'll probably end the stream a little early tonight. Oh, it's already after 10. There it goes. Every just once in a while, like thread doesn't make it happy. It just needs to be high maintenance. Caffeine. Yes, I have caffeine. I have more caffeine now. Forevermore, oh, wind shall blow forevermore. See, there's that low note I sing. Pretty nice. I am the female equivalent. Well, not quite. I occasionally am the female equivalent of Stork. I can sing super low. Thread is a jerk a lot. Like a lot of the time in my life when I'm annoyed, it's because of Thread. Like legitimately. I'm really excited how this is turning out though. So long expected, hail the year of release. Zion's walls are now erected, and the watchmen publish peace. Through Shiloh's wide dominion, hear the trumpets loudly roar. Babylon is fallen, is fallen, is fallen. Babylon is fallen to rise no more. Babylon is fallen, is fallen, is fallen. Oh, I'm getting ahead of it, sorry. Female equivalent of Stork. As far as like vocal singing, Stork is actually an exceptional bass as far as singing. So yes. Actually, Elsbeth is truly like, I don't know though. I don't know. I think we trade off a little bit. Yeah, that's very, very true. Babylon is fallen, is fallen, is fallen. Babylon is fallen to rise no more. People who come in the chat room right now are like super confused. It's like, all right, she's singing and she's sewing and what is all this stuff? Well, I definitely have the hair to be Stork. That'd be hilarious. I crossplay Stork. That would be amazing. The mental image, yes. So you just in the chat room again? Are you not watching? Which is totally fine. Like, I don't care. I'm just trying to figure out, like, what the different numbers mean at different times. CBS Premiere Week is finally here, and it all starts with a bang. Oh, God, I hate singing and sewing. Awesome. Actually, when I first was, like, thinking about Twitch, I'm like, I could be, like, because I really like the music channels where people sing or play music or whatever. And I was like, you know what? I could be like the singing wench, and I could sit and sing. Okay, well, that's cool. I think the numbers are just off then. I think they're a little delayed. Don't. Dang it. And the mountain tops that freeze bow their head. He made I don't remember the words of this part. Sun and showers that made a lasting spring. Thy song, mood lady, can you hear me sing? I will play the swan and die in music. Hark, can you hear me? Even the bellows of the sea on their heads when invade. Such art, giving care and grief of heart, for hearing die. Thy song, moon lady, can you hear me sing? I will play the swan and die in music. Hark, can you hear me? I'm like combining all the parts, it's amazing. Oh, there's me! Yay! Oh. This is a little weird looking up here. I'm gonna make the top here look nicer. Pretty nifty. There we go. That doesn't take us half the window. There we go. What did thy songbird lady, can you hear me sing? I will play the swan and die in music. Hark, can you hear me? True concord of words and songs, sweetly chiding who confounds, strikes in each ordering. I think this is one of the songs where we took like period poems and then we put them in the music. What did thy songbird lady, can you hear me sing? It's okay. I will play the swan and die in music. Hark, can you hear me? What did thy song? So I went robot again and then came back. Yeah. It's very annoying. Oh my god, I love this song. It's playing all like the classical period songs I love. It's gone though, right? You said it was gone? I have no idea what the song says. Someone explained it to me once because it's all like Italian. Yeah, when it works, it's good. Domum preza spezzerà, domum puelat spezzerà. Manio menil consiglio mocene consencado, spezzerò. Se tu sospiri sopra me, gentil testo. Oop, sewed over a pin. That's okay. Doesn't matter. It's all good. Sei so gentle, facilmente attingerà. Pastorello, sei so gentle, facilmente attingerà. Oh no. Stop. Son of a biscuit. Why do you keep doing that?
Some women sing songs of lovers they've lost, or lovers that
All right, we did tons of sewing yesterday, and we had no problems.
across the sun,
Yay!
or
Thanks for the host.
conquering war's din.
I guess I probably need to stop singing.
Where fate gives me no chance to grieve.
So, because I've been sitting here singing Ren Fair songs.
Songs about love when my husband refuses to leave. Oh, how can I say that I miss him when he won't oblige me and
Thanks for the host. So awesome. What is everyone up to tonight? Let's do another song that's a little bit more beat up or upbeat.
Jack has gone to where the hornet was the crest when you were born. His father's father wore
Here
it,
we
then
go.
his father wore it too.
Yay! It's getting there. We're doing now. What we're doing is we're sewing the channels for the boning. Here, let me get the close cam so you can see. Well, you sew while you're watching and listening. So you see, these are where the metal boning will go eventually. So these stitches will kind of keep it in place once I put it up into the corset. So it's like sewing little fences to keep all the boning in their own yards. And I'm singing Ren Fair songs, so. Yes, if you didn't know, I used to be in a Renaissance Fair band, too. And this is my band. Oh, that's me singing, actually, right there. I sound like 5 years old when I sing. Yeah, so one of my other multiple crazy amount of hobbies. But I'm really tired tonight because I was up so late streaming last night and sewing. So singing is something I do to keep myself awake when I'm really, really tired. And my sewing machine is being... Hey, Iron Tusk! Welcome! I'm like rocking out to Merry Wives tonight. Because I'm really tired. And so singing occasionally... Well, singing always helps me stay awake. Look at this. Bunch of new people. And we have a host, so we got to see our cool little host graphic, which is always exciting. Had a bunch of people follow us yesterday. Super exciting, too. And I'm tired, so threading the stupid needle is a lot harder than it was yesterday. Hey, I wrote this song. Hi, best friend, BFF. You can do corsets a couple different ways, actually. I learned sewing on historical costuming. So I sew corsets just like I do bodices for the Ren Fair, which is you have two lining... oh, sorry, my sprinklers just turned on. I thought it was a person outside. So 2 layers, and you kind of sandwich the icky seam allowances and stuff in between the 2 layers, so you have 2 clean sides. And then if you have a fancy layer you want to put on top, you can. Some people sew 1 layer of lining, and then they sew boning channels or like boning covers on there, and then put the boning in, and then they just put on like the pretty layer. So it kind of depends. I wrote this song while I was watching Kids at Recess, which... I don't know what that says about me as a person. Did I start talking about myself in the third person? Did I really do that? For bodices, a lot of times, like same sort of things, duck cloth, denim. For the boning material, I always use metal boning. Just because, especially at Ren Fair, like when we were back way out in Devore or at Corona, like a gazillion, it's like so hot, and a lot of times the plastic boning sometimes gets warped or starts twisting after you washed it a couple times. A side of tall and proud. So that's generally why. Metal! Yes. I'm a metal boner. Hopefully nobody recorded that. I totally zoned out to talk to someone. How many layers are they usually again? It's okay. I gave a very detailed explanation just for you. It totally depends on how you make them. I like doing 2 layers like this, and then if I have another layer as like a cover, then that's fine. Metal boner, right? That's like, that should be. I don't know. Flight of the Nazgul is so cool. I don't, maybe we have multiple bands. Yeah, I like making them 2 layers, and then I can just put stitches in there to hold the boning in place. Some people prefer 1 lining layer that they sew like boning covers on, and then they can just put on the pretty layer. Kind of depends on what your style is. Yeah, exactly. So you've got 2 layers of the thicker kind of utilitarian material, and then that holds and that does all the hard work. So then you can have like a delicate silk, or in my case red spandex that wouldn't actually hold anything in ever by itself, as like the top layer. Yeah, so it's like the decorative layer. The windows actually keep all the elements out, but the curtains make it look pretty. Oh, you were so sweet. Thanks for hanging out while I was trying to stay awake. I really, really appreciate it. You don't have to feel obligated to do that, by the way. Sit here with cup in hand, with good folk at my side. I will cast off and leave behind all the toil I abide. If the singing is awkward for you, just tell me and I'll stop. But when it was just me and Anne in here, it was like, because I was up super late yesterday sewing, and now I'm up super early. Oh, that's super easy, actually. I just make a rectangular panel and then stitch it in by hand. I whip stitch it into the lining on the back. So that's actually all the things I'm doing. It's probably the easiest. My sewing machine is being very temperamental tonight, guys, so I'm glad you're having fun. Please keep working. Please keep working. I might rage quit my machine in a few minutes if it keeps being a pain in the butt. Until this night is done. So what have you been working on today, Tusk? I don't think I saw any posts from you today. Whether stranger or kin, our time here is ending soon. Sorry. Oh, sleep. Totally, yeah. I'm happy to have you here. And I love answering questions. As you make way to your homes and remember all revelries wherever you may roam. I'm singing too faster than that. Lots and lots and lots of sleep. That sounds so amazing. That sounds like the best thing in the world. There's been quite a few times where, not quite a few, there's been a few times where I've spent so much time sewing an outfit for a convention that I will, when I get to the convention, just spend like a big chunk of the day sleeping. Whatever questions you'd like. Why are you going slowly? I really want to go to Gen Con so badly. It's one of those things that the Happy Jacks crew every year is like, next year we'll go to Gen Con. And we've been saying that now for 7 years. To tread across the sky, there's thunder all around him, and there's poison in the air. There's musty smell that smacks of hell and dust all in his hair. Yeah, it's unfortunately at a hard time of the year for me since I work at a school. Let you go. But I have dreams of going to Gen Con. It's one of the, it's like sort of my convention unicorn. Oh, cool. There's a couple really good, we always go to the Strategicons, which are down near LAX. And it's super easy. Like, if you want to, you can just drive down there, and then drive home. But yeah, the saving throw cons someday maybe. The Strategicons are really fun. Pretty low key conventions, but super fun. Lots of different games. They always have a miniature painting area. Here's me singing the harmony. You know, there's. I mean, it sort of depends on your pattern. Most are pretty standard. You've got like the front panel and then a side panel. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, including the front panel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then 4 on that side too. Among the fumes that tread across the sky. Texas, yeah. I've heard they have big cons and giant Ren fairs too. I've always wanted to go to Texas Ren Fair. I've been to Bristol Renaissance Fair. That place is amazing. Absolutely. Actually, one of my best friends, who was in this band actually with me, just moved to Texas like 2 weeks ago. So I have a place to stay now. That's my mandolin playing. 4 or 5 times a year. Heck yeah. Yeah, I would love to go to Texas Renaissance Fair. We almost went a couple times, but it just didn't work out. We always had like a standing invitation. They always were like really excited to have us perform, but it never happened. So it's kind of a unique thing on my resume. Nationally touring Ren Fair band. It's a problem though with our band. Like we had like, I know, I really need to go someday. Now that Claire lives out there, I'll just go crash at her house. But the biggest problem with my band, which I haven't played with them for like 2 years. I never actually officially quit, but I stopped performing with them. I probably could go back if I wanted to, but there's like anywhere at any one time there's 9 to 12 of us, and that's really hard to go places with that many people. And our sound is very choir-esque, so we kind of need like at least a quorum. Touring, I mean, we never toured, like, seriously toured. What we called touring was like, all right, we're going to do, like, a couple weeks of a loop of a couple Ren fairs. My friends in the group called the Dread Crew of Oddwood, they go on, like, serious, like, 6-month-long tours. But they're all, like, 20 years old, and they are metal pirates. 9, like the Nazgul. Totally. that passed between you and me. Does that mean we have to have 9 members in our metal band called Flight of the Nazgul? That night on young green hill. It's a very sad song. I actually don't really know much about what it's about, even though I've sung it a million times. It has very confusing lyrics. We're going to skip this one. Yeah, I like this song. Alright, so we have a mandolin player, and you play guitar. I know like a couple bass players. Drummers are always the hardest. Drummers are always a pain. Absolutely, they have to be on different instruments. Like we might be able to have a string, like a lead guitar and a rhythm guitar maybe. But I feel like that's sort of cheating. I feel like we should have like something crazy like an accordion or something too. Yes, yes. Dressed in black. Kazoo! I have a... Yeah! I'm really good at kazoo. That was a shtick of mine, actually, at Ren Fair. Yes, I had a shtick. Because you have to at Ren Fair, right? That'll make of me a wife. Totally messed up that harmony line, but that's okay. I wrote this song too. It's a dirty song. Yeah, that'd be a good shtick, I think. Well, unfortunately, that sort of describes a lot of people at the Renaissance Fair. Another, and another, and another. Oh my god, if this machine comes unthreaded one more time, I don't know how it's doing it, and it doesn't make any sense to my brain. I'm sure you were especially good at it though. Oh god. Did you ever play the Jack Sparrow game? Was that a thing at Corona Fair? That was a fun game. I was really good at that game. Not as popular anymore, but for a while, man. Oh, the Shungmas. Yes. Well, the Jack Sparrow game, at least at Southern, is it's like that game Slug Bug you played as a kid when you saw a Volkswagen Beetle. So as a Ren Fair performer, every time you saw a Jack Sparrow, you'd punch whoever was near you on the arm and be like, Jack Sparrow! It was really, really infantile, but hilarious. Especially as you got drunker through the day. Because, oh my god, for a while, like every 5 feet there was a Jack Sparrow. Yeah. Because really, like, oh my god. There were so many Jack Sparrows. Oh God, when that movie first came out, it was crazy. Oh. And like, all the Elizabeths in their giant dresses, who didn't know how to wear them, who had never worn corsets, and they all had really bad fitting corsets. And you just were like, oh, honey, no, just no. So by the end of the day, they were sitting on a hay bale, miserable. Poor ladies. Poor ladies. Yeah, way too much. The other favorite was, Tell me where's my... I totally don't remember the harmony for this. It's so in my heart. Let me take me home. Not everyone can rock a corset. Everyone can rock a corset that is made for them. They're actually, if you have a good one, it's incredibly comfortable. All right, what time is it? Oh, it's only 10:30. Okay. Does your Highland laddie wear? In my heart, how I like Highland lad. Oh my God, we're almost done with the channeling. So exciting. Actually, a lot of it's really just about like badly fitting corsets. I actually did a whole YouTube video about it because I've seen so many women wearing bodices and corsets and stuff just made of terrible materials that don't fit. Like they're off the rack, or they ordered them in online or something, and they're not the right size for them. And it's just. It's sad. I mean, it's like trying to wear shoes that are the wrong size. Only people don't know their corset size, so they don't realize it's the wrong size. All they know is like, oh, a corset's supposed to be tight. Yeah, but if it's trying to squeeze in on your ribs, like if the part that's supposed to be narrow isn't hitting the actual soft spot of your waist right under your ribs, then all it's going to be doing is squeezing in the bottom of your ribs all day, and you're going to get bruises and stuff. Plus, a lot of those online corsets have like terrible materials in them. There's a corset, or I guess she's a bodice maker technically, really. She does make some corsets she's at a bunch of fairs, and she actually just has like solid pieces of like, it's not rebar, but it almost is rebar. It's just a little thinner, and that's what she puts in her material. It's ridiculous. You're just like, someone's gonna fall over and be punctured, and it's gonna be awful. Yes, busty ladies do have more issues. A good fitting corset, though, generally, at least most of my busty friends prefer it to regular bras, because it supports like from underneath rather than like digging in and hanging from the shoulders. But it's kind of also, your mileage may vary. And if the devil would take him, I thank him for his pain. Swear to God I'll hang myself if I get married again. Oh, I swear to God I'll hang myself if I get married again. Yeah, and bodices are a very different fit too, because bodices come in at your waist and they stop there. Like that's where the bodice ends. Or a corset has to come in and then go out again over a bit of your hips. Wow, yeah. So you have to use real boning, and even though it's one of the more expensive parts of corset and bodice making, like for a bodice, let me find it. I just took one of my old ones apart the other day actually to make this corset. Let me find it. So for I would say there's more lacing with a corset, just because generally a corset you lace up the back, and that's just a longer bit of lacing. Although I have bodices that I've made that lace up the back and the front. I've also had ones that lace up the sides and the front. So this is spring steel boning, and it's just solid metal. And this is spiral steel boning, which you can see if it'll ever focus on it. There it goes. This is like wire that's spiraled together. A bodice, you want to make sure it's all spring steel, like these flat metal bars. Because these aren't going to move with your body. So as this comes in at your waist, that's fine. It totally works. You want, mostly in a corset, you want this type of boning, because then it'll move and bend with your body. So it'll keep you in, but yeah. But it will also bend when you need it to. So for a corset, you'll use this in the front and the very back, because those are the places you're not going to bend. But the rest of the boning is this. Where in a bodice, let me go grab my bodice real quick. Chat amongst yourselves. This is one of my Ren Fair bodices. So this, when I wear it, it ends at my waist, and then my skirts poof out. So for this, I have spring steel boning, like every couple inches, like all the way around. So it really keeps you in there. Yep. Good luck to the barley mow. I'd just like to point out, when I was in my group, we aren't allowed to use striped material. Oh, it's totally fine if you're dominating. I think everyone's kind of like chilling, I think. But this is all actually different strips of material that I cut and then sewed together, because we weren't allowed to use striped material. Right, yeah, so on this, it's hard to see because it all matches, but so this is the front of the bodice. Sorry. But I have there's boning on this side of the grommets, there's boning here, there's boning here, there's boning here, and then there's boning on both sides of the grommets here. So there's tons of boning in this. Yeah, it's exactly what it is. It's vertical bracing. And yeah, when you buy, I mean, you don't have to have that much boning. It's more flattering, I personally think, if it does. And it also helps hold you up better for a whole day. Like if I'm doing a 14 or 15 hour day, and I'm singing 6, or 7 shows, like I want it to be comfortable. And the more support I have in there, the more comfortable it is. Because it's not just tight. At that point, it's not just tight fabric holding me in. Like, it's, like, got real structure. I could almost, like, slouch and it just holds me up. Yeah, it's totally a long day. Because, I mean, you have to get there before fair starts. Generally, we have to get there. Fair generally opens around 10, so we need to get there. If we're going to run any songs or anything like that, we have... Oh, please say it didn't do that again. Oh, good. So we're there till we close, at least. And on long days and hot days, rainy days, not always. Sometimes we get to leave on rainy days. My thread broke. It used to be longer when they used to let us camp. You just would go for the whole weekend. But they don't let us camp at Southern Fair anymore. And the bramble, here's good luck to the barley mow.
Here's good luck to the landlady, good luck to the barley mow. Jolly good luck to the landlady, good luck to the barley mow. Here's the landlady.
But they have like, at least at Southern, I don't know about Corona, because I haven't worked Corona, I've only visited. I bet. Old Southern used to have amazing parties. When we were out in Devore, like in San Bernardino, amazing parties, like crazy parties. And yeah, and no more camping totally sucks now. But I'm old now, so it's kind of nice to come home and like take a shower and stuff instead of sleeping in the back of my pickup truck like a homeless person. Although that was super fun too. When I was brand new working at Fair, I was like, shiny new 18-year-old. I had a big old truck because I was, into horses and stuff at the time, like I was saying yesterday. And I just put a big mattress in the back, and I would just crawl in there. I had my little apartment, which was a lot nicer than all the people who had to camp in tents because I had a lot of soundproofing. Oh, yeah. The Devore parties are the stuff of legend. Beat only by the golden, the rivers of gold and the unicorns that used to run through the hills in Agora, right? None of us will ever live up to that which was Agora. Everyone in the chat's like, what the hell are they talking about? What the hell? My husband went to sea 6 long months ago, his fortune for to find. Yeah, I know. I think still technically I'm a millennial, just technically. I don't feel like a millennial. But I got in a debate with some friends of mine on Facebook today. I was like, we're millennials technically. Look it up on Wikipedia technically. Alright, I don't like this song. I sang this song way too many times on stage. People in the chat earlier were talking about how you age out of cosplay. I'm like, can we not have this conversation right now? Can we not? Can we not? I'm never going to age out of cosplay. I'm just going to start doing old Wonder Woman. It'll be fabulous. See, stop. What are you doing? God. Oh. The timing is off. Something is off. Discover birds overhead to hover. Wow, I've forgotten this part. We sing this at so many weddings, this song. Every bride wanted this song. It's very pretty. It's about birds and stuff, I guess. Queen of all queens, renowned, and queen of all queens, renowned. I can't sing and thread my needle. Cosplay the Golden Girls. Yes! Amazing. Every once in a while, there's like a more mature woman who just rocks a cosplay, and it's just like amazing. Those are some of my favorite cosplays too. Like even like the super amazing, like as technology has improved, like even the amazing like armor builds are getting more and more common because people are just doing it. They're used to it. And there's so many different ways to do it now. And with 3D printers now too, it's like as awesome as it would be and as much as I'd love to have a 3D printer, it sort of starts taking the, I don't know, not the craftsmanship. It's still definitely crafting, but I don't know. There's just something amazing about finagling armor together with weird different plastics and foams and stuff. Where if you just like download the pattern off the internet, or I mean, a lot of people do program it themselves, which is a whole nother skill set. Yeah, 3D printers. Maybe someday. But yeah, I mean, it's the hottest thing right now. It seems like all the cosplayers have them. I don't know if it's less skill. It's just a different skill, I guess. As long as you're really doing the 3D mapping on your own, that's awesome. But I mean, I've seen a lot of that stuff is on the internet. A lot of the video games, you can literally just download. How is it doing that? You can literally, I think maybe it's because the bobbin's being empty. Oh, and I'm almost out of thread too. You can literally download like the characters from the game in 3D form and just plug them in. So it's like how much skill is involved in downloading a pattern, you know, and then hitting go on your 3D printer, which, you know, it makes really cool stuff. And yes, it's sort of expensive depending on which one you have. So I don't know. One of my friends, Vert Vixen, like she actually is a 3D designer. So she sits for like days and makes every inch of her 3D print model in the computer like perfect. And that's total craftsmanship and artistry, and it's really amazing. And she customizes all of it, so she's not just recreating what somebody else has already done. So I have to switch thread. So that's awesome, and that's not a skill set that I have, but I totally respect that. But I also have seen cosplayers who, it's a better color, who literally just download a pattern off the internet and then hit print, and then they kind of, I don't know. Yeah, totally prototyping, all that stuff, which is great. But I don't know. Often the people who download the patterns off the internet don't give credit to anybody. They say, "Hey, I made this," not, "Hey, I used so-and-so's 3D model of this armor to print it out," because that's a whole, I mean, there are people who make their livings off of, you know, creating and rendering 3D images in computers. My husband does it for his business often. So I don't know, maybe I'm especially sensitive to that. I hate when people take credit for stuff that's not theirs. And give me some time to blow the man down.
My husband sails to sea each year. I miss him when he's gone. He sails to places far and wide, from England to Saigon. And in each port he learns new tricks to please me in new ways.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, and the skill sets, especially like, I mean, especially like cosplay is just one example. There, you know, there are people who buy their costumes and then take credit for it, which happens a lot more than you'd expect. I know quite a few people who do commission work who've done cosplays for very well-known cosplayers, and the cosplayers never told anybody or said anything. Even if they agreed, they're like, "Hey, I'll do, you know, give me a discount and I'll pimp your work," and like in one tweet or something they'll say something. And I just think that's awful. These people are trying to make livings and stuff. And the cosplay community is diverse enough now that people don't judge you for not making your outfit. Like, you're like, "Hey, yeah, I bought this from so-and-so," and they're like, "Cool, that's great, you look amazing in it." So, like, when I first started cosplaying, it was very much like a badge of honor, and people thought you were like a poser if you didn't make your own stuff. Oh my god, really? I'm out of thread on this one too. But that's really changed. Hi, Saving Throw Show. Thanks for hosting me again. I'm making more Corset progress. It's going slow because my stupid sewing machine is on strike, but we're doing it. Yeah, I was actually talking to my friend about that, about commission work today, because she was asking me, she's like, "I know you did it for a while. What were your thoughts on doing commissions for people?" And I was super honest with her. I'm like, "Yeah, it's not for me. I'm not a commission person. I did a couple, and people are so craziness." I'm sure you get that all the time. People are like, "Hey, I'd love you to paint a mini for me. Can I pay you $5? Including materials." Right? It's not that hard and you like doing it anyway, so you'll do it for free, right? What's up, Saving Throw Show? You guys just finished up, right? Let's see. It's Wednesday night, so it's the Lost Brigade, right? I believe.
It's a new day, a fresh start, because Time Warner Cable is now Spectrum, redefining.
Yeah. The thing I hate is when they're like, I'm going to switch back to like my more upbeat music now because I'm tired and new people are here. Yeah, the thing I hate is when they're like, oh, I don't want to, I'm not going to pay you for this, but it'll be great publicity for you. Oh, Misadventures was tonight. Oh, so cool. That's a super cool game. I ran a Harry Potter convention one-shot one time in Wild Talents that I made little spell books for and everything. It was super ridiculously nerdy. I even made wands for all the players. They were into it. It was cool. But yeah, the big thing is like people just, because goods are so readily available at like very low cost, especially things like clothing, they just don't know what it costs to actually have like a garment custom made for them. Right, yeah, exposure does not pay my bills or my time. I had a lady one time who wanted me to do like the Marvel girl, like the original one with like the green dress and stuff, Jean Grey's like first incarnation. And she wanted it super cute, like 50s pinup style, and it was great. And she like gave me all the info about what she wanted. She sent me some like reference pics and stuff. And I quoted her something super low because I was like, okay, I really want to do this because, she's pretty well known in the nerd community. So I thought it was being like the most generous person on the planet. It was something ridiculous for that custom made like pinup dress. God, I think it was like $100 or something ridiculous like that. And then a little bit more for all the accessories because I was making the mask and the belt and all that stuff, the gloves. And she was so upset. She was like offended. I was like, you what do you mean? $100 for that dress is like, and it's custom made for you. And she's like, well, I could just buy it on Amazon for like $30. And I was like, then go do that. Because I can't even, if that's what you think my work is worth, I could not. And then I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do commissions anymore. I'm going to sew from me. But exposure, Iron Tusk, exposure. I'll share you out to my dozens of Twitter followers, man. It'll make your life. Oh, God, people. It's like that. One of my favorite memes going around. Well, I guess it's not going around anymore, but it was going around in the cosplay community for a while, is the picture of the dress from the Cinderella live action movie. And then over it, it's like, you sew, right? Can you make me this for $50? And it's got to be, that dress, like at least $5-10 grand, like so expensive. I can't even imagine sewing all those layers for like years and years. So what misadventures did the misadventures get into tonight? Sorry, Iron Tusk and I are ranting about commission work. Freelancing, shake our fists at it. That's why I'm not a freelancer anymore. It's like, yeah, when I get free time, I'm gonna do me. And, yeah, that's what I'll do. Right? Oh, my God, so often. Oh, my God. Like, they're like, oh, hey, I saw this thing. Can you tell me how I can make that at home so I don't have to spend the money on the thing that you've already, like, developed? You're like, I'm not going to do it. But, yeah. So, all the time. I actually had a lady one time who, she saw me in my Wonder Woman cosplay. And She was a well-known cosplayer, so I was like really flattered. What? Why are you beeping at me? Stop beeping at me. She was a really well-known cosplayer. It was like one of my first Wonder Woman cosplays. I'd sewn it all out of leather and everything. She took a bunch of pictures of me, so I was feeling so good about it. I was like, oh, I'm proud of myself, and oh, so-and-so really liked my outfit. It was like the best day ever. I see her like a month later at a convention. She has almost exactly my outfit, like that she paid someone to recreate from all the pictures she took. I was like, oh, wow, I don't like you anymore. That's nasty business right there. Super, super annoying. Well, I mean, she didn't do anything like wrong or illegal, but I was just like, seriously? Like, I probably would have even told her because I was such a fangirl. Like, if she'd been like, hey, how do you make this? I would have been like, here is my pattern. Oh my God, you're talking to me. You're amazing. But because she like was all fake and like, oh, I'm going to take pictures of you because you look great. And she's like, oh, I'm going to have this remade. Total a-hole move, right? Like literally down to like the exact placement of the seams on the corset and stuff. I was like, really? You couldn't even just like move the seam a little bit so like you pretend like you were like not stealing it directly off of my body? Oh, well, that's okay. I'm the better person. Well, at least I tell myself that. I might not be. For all I know, she's like a charity worker and saves kittens in her spare time. Who knows? Why are you being a dick? Stop being a dick, machine. That's going to make it fix it, like me telling it. Nice. Sounds good. It's a super fun concept for a show. I'm thinking of doing like a one-shot, like all-girls game. It wouldn't be D&D. It'd be probably do like Wild Talent since that's what I run the most. But like once a month. Oh my God, I'm gonna throw my machine out the window. Okay, breathing, drinking more Diet Coke, all is well. But yeah, like once a month. I don't have time to like run a campaign. I don't know why. I think I need to run a monthly game, but yeah. I have enough gamer and cosplayer girlfriends that I could probably have like a rotating group of a bunch of girls. I don't think I could ever make it like Star Wars RPG, Fantasy Flight. Possibly I could run Edge of the Empire or something like that. That'd be cool. I've played that one enough. I could run it without like, you know, losing myself and studying for a week or so. I was thinking of eventually switching systems too, because like if I run the first couple in like Wild Talents and then I can run one in something else, and every time it'd be a different game. I was thinking of starting my very favorite, not my favorite, old school West End games. Oh, okay. Well, I'd have to do some studying for that then. But one of my very first con games I did was a superhero game that was set in Salem, Massachusetts, colonial Salem. So the reason for the Salem witch trials wasn't actually witchcraft. It was that superpowers were starting to appear amongst the population, and the seems loud to. Oh, you guys can't hear the music at all. There we go. So that was a really interesting game to run because I'm a huge history buff and was a history teacher for a while and stuff like that. So, all right, 4 more channels, guys. 4 more channels. We're almost there. But that was a really cool kind of play on a situation because they had to be really careful about. They couldn't just leave because, you know, actual historical Salem. Like you lived and died in a place, like just taking off and wandering out somewhere else. It was hard to find another community that would accept you because they were very suspicious of outsiders. So yeah, it was a really fun game. So I think I'd probably start with that one because that game's sort of infamous now. I had like the whole thing too. It was like I had portraits drawn up of each of the characters when they sat down at the table, and I had like they were all based on actual historical accused people from Salem. So at the end of the game, after they fought the big bad who was rigging everything and actually ended up being kind of the evil super guy, I gave them their character bios so they'd figure out which characters actually survived and which ones didn't, the actual Salem witch trials. So that was kind of an interesting little bit of history there, a little bit of education at the end of the game. So I have a couple of things that I've run already at conventions that I can pull out of my hat. Ah, there. So if you guys are new, if you haven't been to my channel before, my name is Kimmy. I have been on Saving Throw once so far. I'm going to be more soon, hopefully. Right, Dom? Right. You're going to be on the show, right? And also a producer and regular host on the Happy Jack's podcast, where we've been a podcast for like 7 years now. We recently switched and started streaming. Thanks to lots of help from Saving Throw show. Kind of like our teachers, really cool. Right. So maybe on that mini show you have, as long as it's not this weekend, which is the convention, maybe next time. And yeah, I've been gaming for a long time. I GM and I play. I'm in like 5 campaigns now, which if you guys were here yesterday, you heard them all. Echo robot voice. Robot voice. I have a robot voice. Robot voice. That's so weird. It's like boom and then gone. Boom and gone. So can people view a channel without being in the chat room? I guess it would be including people who are in the Saving Throw show channel who might not be in my chat, right? But crazy numbers everywhere. I'm like, that doesn't match what I'm seeing. But yeah, so a lot of times on my channel, even though this is my creative channel, I talk about gaming all the time here anyway. Especially when Iron Tusk is around. He's my new BFF. We've decided since yesterday that we are best friends. And then on Happy Jack's RPG Live, that's where we do our actual play streams and then our kind of gaming talk show streams and stuff there. I usually host it here too, though, so feel free to follow my channel if you're interested in my content. Does the drinking game count if it's in my channel? Like the whole Saving Throw show drinking when people say content? Misfits are playing D&D 5e, right? Or am I misremembering what they're playing? You guys missed it earlier. Iron Tusk was sitting here with me while I was singing my old Ren Fair songs. So, because that's what I do when I'm super tired and trying to stay awake while I'm sewing. Oh my god, it's after 11 already. How does this happen, guys? How does this happen? I was supposed to be done with this part a long time ago. This took a lot longer than it should have. Is the music okay, or is it like super low? OBS really needs to add like a sound monitoring function so that I don't have to buy a whole soundboard just to figure out if my music is a little loud or if I'm sounding like a robot. I can sound like a robot. Dom's like, I'm never letting her on the show again, ever. Ever. Low music? Should it be louder? I'll turn it up a little. Don't make that noise. Cool. Let me know if it's too loud. I turned it up a little bit. I don't know if the delay is, if you're saying good level before or after I turned it up. So let me know if it's annoying.
It's JCPenney's biggest sale of them all, and our entire store is on sale. Hurry and sell.
What other, you said you were going to rebuy all your paint, right, Iron Tusk?
In-store only as soon as the doors open at 8 a.m. Supplies are limited, so get yours before they're gone. Plus, starting today, get
Why would you, like, I had that question yesterday and I forgot to ask you, like, why, are you buying more paint to add to your collection or to replace from your collection?
getting your pennies worth. JCPenney. Coupon valid 10/26 to 10/29. Some exclusions apply. Entire store on sale excludes Nike, Converse, Sephora, and new arrivals. Check jcp.com or your newsletter for coupon details.
No, it started behaving again. It knew I was serious about it. It's really obnoxious when it does that. It always does it like late at night too. Like right as I'm tired and I'm like, I have to finish this now. But it's turning out well. Ta-da! It's actually, ow, pin. It's actually starting to look like actual clothing. It still looks like a dragon face. Rawr. See, that's really how I need to get like new viewers is is throw stuff around, break things all the time. I feel like that would be a very popular Twitch channel. Actually, my godchildren have started like their own little Twitch channel now since we've started doing all this stuff. And they play Minecraft together, but they're super mean to each other because they're like 9 and 12. So they literally chase each other around their server trying to break things and hurt each other. And I'm like, oh my god, this is the best. This would be the most popular Twitch channel on the planet if we marketed this right. It's like sibling rivalry. And there could be like Team Allie and Team Zach sell t-shirts like they did for Twilight. Like, oh my god. I just feel like that's something people would like to watch, is two kids beating the crap out of each other in Minecraft, especially if they were siblings. And they're both really good players, actually. World of Warcraft. Right? Oh my gosh. 500 bucks? Absolutely. Because then I'd be able to replace this machine and still have like 300 bucks. It's all about the price, man. Oh, it's kind of dark outside. I don't know if I could throw it out off of the roof and be entertaining. I could throw it into the wall. No. Alright, yeah. I'm gonna throw it again. See, my machine's like, no one's gonna pay you 500 bucks. You're not gonna throw me out the window. I don't know why my sewing machine sounds super sassy like that right now, but it does. Oh my god, I hate threading my sewing machine needle, especially when I'm tired. Alright guys, I'm almost there. Almost there. So close. As long as the needle doesn't keep breaking the thread, we'll get done soon with this part. So this, now, I keep saying I'm going to finish the corset tonight. I'm not going to finish this tonight. But I will finish it tomorrow for sure now. And hopefully the boots tomorrow. Oh yeah, my Wonder Woman boots came in. I showed people, but I'm wearing them to break them in. But yay! Wonder Woman boots. I have to cut the buckles off of them. But that's okay. And they match. Look, they match. Yay, they match. See? On the camera. Alright. Oh, there goes my mic. Uh-oh. Wireless mic fell off while I was doing crazy gymnastics. Alright. There we go. I got a message from the future. Uh-oh, we're going back to me singing again. This is going to end badly. Yeah. Well, I was a little nervous because their Amazon shipping was like any time between October 26th and November 2nd. So it was a little bit like, please, certain days, please not November 2nd. Right? It's a really perfect color. It makes me really nervous because I bought another pair that got here last week. And they ended up like, they were like a bright pink color. They were not red. So I had to send those back because, damn it, pink is not what I want. And painting a pair of boots is just such a pain. So these are perfect, actually. So I'm very excited. So as soon as I finish my corset tomorrow, it will definitely be tomorrow. Come hell or high water, it will be tomorrow. Then I will customize the boots. And then hopefully, oh my god, I only have 2 days. Armor will come after that. All the armor. I have to figure out how I'm going to do the armor. So much stuff to do, guys. Oh my god. Alright, maybe I should stay up a little later and keep working. Might need to like call in sick for work or something. Sorry, I've caught cosplay. I can't come in tomorrow. Yes, cosplay is as bad as it sounds. I can't come in. Actually, I can't. There's like way too much stuff happening at work right now. There's no way I could take any time off. Nothing like a little pressure to make things work or to make my sewing machine start breaking thread. Grr. Oops, sorry. I keep bumping that camera. Local blacksmith. Yeah, but there's no way they can get that done by Saturday. But no, the armor I'm going to make for this particular costume will be made out of foam. Just because it's kind of a cartoony look. Usually I like having the metal armor. But it's a very cartoony look I'm going this time, which is why I went with spandex, which I absolutely abhor more than any other thing on the planet, other than like peanuts and peanut butter, which are worse. But I have gold fabric, so I'm going to make the shape out of foam and then just cover it with the gold fabric, which, where did it go? It's really cool stuff. All right. The world is ours. So here's the gold fabric I have. So it really does look like metal pretty well. Ta-da! Shiny. So I'll make the armor out of the foam and then cover it with this to make it look like actual gold. And it's stretchy, so it should be fairly easy. We'll see. You know, I cleaned my shop last week. You couldn't tell from looking at it, but yeah, it should be pretty cool. We'll see. I mean, it's version 1.0 of this costume. So if it has to be fixed, it can be fixed another time. Oh my god, we're on the last channel, guys. The last boning channel. Boning channel sounds a lot dirtier than it is. But I'm almost finished with the boning channels. I still have to do all the other boning, actually. I'm totally not being dirty right now. I totally am not. It's actually a thing. need to find a way to like suspend this little camera from the ceiling so I don't keep bumping things into it. Tech terms. Boning. Come on. Boning is a technical term. The horde. He leaves a trail of corpses with his trusty +3 sword. Cause he's deep into his battle rage, cause of role you didn't make. His companions keep their distance, cause they're not mistook for foes. And if he kills the healer, well, that's just how the story goes. You keep saying boning, and the wrong crowd will show up, right? Well, that's alright. You're the right kind of wrong crowd. We like you. They're like people with audio scanners and Twitch looking for people talking about boning. His companions raise a toast unto this mighty hero that turned that goblin host around the tavern. What the heck? He approaches the half-elf barmaid as he rolls to make his charisma check. All right. The last of the boning channels, guys. We made it. We made it. The story goes. All right. Anyway, for those who have been tuning in and wondering what the heck I'm doing. So when you look down here, these little stitch lines, the thing that gives a corset its structure is what we call boning, which are these metal pieces. So there's two types of boning that are technical sewing terms. This is spring steel boning, which is stiffer. It's basically just a flat piece of steel. And then this is spiral boning, which is steel wire that's kind of wrapped around each other. This is much more flexible. So you use a combination. Bone that channel so good. So you use a combination of these to give the corset its structure to support and to hold in and squeeze in specific parts of your body. So generally for a corset, you'll use your spring steel boning on the front and the back, parts that don't really bend. And then you use the spiral boning, like on the sides that kind of bend and contour. So that combined with the really thick fabric is what really makes the corset super strong. So, yes, made the boning channels. So now, I'm not going to put the boning in yet. I'm going to do that later. For the corsets, I always put in some padding in the breast area. Because, I'm trying to be a superhero and put in that bone that channel real good. So good. Wrong kind of people are going to show up. You're totally right. So I'm going to iron it a little bit first. And then I'm going to take this bra. I'm going to cut up this bra and going to sew the padding with the underwire into the corset. So that in addition to squeezing in my waist, it's also going to give me a removable breast enhancement. Removable because I take the corset off, not because my boobs come out. Never mind, it sounded bad. Yeah. Not talking. All right, plugging in the iron because, watching me iron is going to be really, really interesting. It's going to be such great content. But Iron Tusk, you missed the cool. This is the fabric I'm going to cover the foam with to make it look like metal. So it looks kind of metally. Pretty nifty. From far away, this camera it looks more like metal. The far one. Cups and supports. Trying to look like Wonder Woman, baby. Takes a lot of help. So yeah, some ladies are built in a way that they don't need all of that. I am not one of those ladies. There we go.
No internet connection or using
Uh-oh, my ads showed up again.
problem. With Spotify Premium,
Right? It's going to be cool, I think. If I have time to make the armor between now and then. So my iron is heating up. So holding this up, this is about what it's going to look like. And then these will come up this way, like that. Ta-da! It'll lay a little flatter. But then this will all be covered. So it'll come down a little bit more like that. I'm going to have to trim these a little bit. It's not quite laying how I wanted it to. But I'm not going to really finalize that part until I get the boning in, until I get the pads in. Because that will change how everything fits. Oh, yes, in addition to sewing, I listen and sing super nerdy music. Some of which is based on my debacles in games. Oh, all right. They totally look like bug eyes. The whole thing looks like a dragon face to me, too. Like, it's kind of cool. But it's not to be. It will all be covered with the same color eventually. So I'm ironing right now just all the, on the inside, all the seam allowances to make sure they lay super flat. Because otherwise I'll get like weird bunching spots on the boobs. And I don't want that. And Cthulhu, he will fall. That's always how that works, right? Call of Cthulhu? Cthulhu always falls. Nobody ever fails at that game. Right. Looking good. Uh-oh. Scissors. Scissors will fix everything. There you go. All hail Cthulhu, absolutely. Oh, I never trimmed that. That's why that looks weird. Oh, I didn't on that side. Oh my god. We're totally stuck. I think I turned off random because it's only just playing angry folk music. All right. More structure. All right, so the cups, I've pinned around them. And what I usually do, I actually buy cheap bras at Target or something, because they are infinitely cheaper than the cups you buy at the fabric store to put into corsets. So goodbye, bra, you served me well. Obviously, I don't need the straps. I don't need any of that. Goodbye. Goodbye, bra. Goodbye. I just need the cups. I use you for your cups. People tuning in just now are like, is she cutting up lingerie? What kind of creative channel is this? What? Why is she cutting up lingerie? That'll be his end. All right. Yeah. No, not the bra. That's too late. I'm sorry. If you'd spoken up 2 seconds ago, I would have changed my mind. No, I wouldn't have. I'm sorry. There's just no saving the bra. Oh, I almost put that in backwards though. All right, gonna go this way. Because I want the lines that I drew are ugly, so I want them to be to the outside so they get covered with spandex. So when I look at the inside of my beautiful, lovely new corset, I don't see all that junk everywhere. Imperial cell. You have to make sure you get it in the right placement, otherwise your boobs look... Oh, you just got here. Okay. Yeah, if your boob cups don't line up, you're totally screwed. You look weird. It's like, wah. Yeah, nobody wants wah. Welcome, Venger. And you live. I'm glad you live. So usually I use like really large boob cups or boob pads. But since this is like a cartoon version, I'm not using like super big ones. So it's a little weird for me to like sew in medium boob pads. Because really, why would you have medium boob pad? Hello. What brings you to my channel, my friends? Other than boob cups. The costume is for me. I will be wearing it to Los Angeles Comic-Con in like 72 hours, hopefully. So it's going to be that one over there. So I'm working on it, getting it done, making it happen. I know I'm probably a little old to cosplay DC superhero girls, but that's cool. Twitch is totally a really strange place. It absolutely is. Yeah, I've seen some really crazy stuff since I started hopping around here like a couple months ago. There we go. Ta-da! Boobiness. So now I'm going to pin these in place. There's not an age limit. Who needs medium? Yeah, but the thing is I have to wear this to work. And I do work at a school. This is why I'm making this cosplay. There's not an age limit for any costume. You're never too old to have fun. Okay, you're awesome. Join my chat or my channel because, oh my god, you're awesome. People were talking earlier about how you can age out a cosplay in my channel. I was like, get out. No, you do not. I'm going to be like an 80-year-old Wonder Woman. It's going to be epic and amazing. Not for a while, obviously. So I'm actually going to hand stitch these boob pads in just to make sure they end up in the right place. Plus, they're really hard to sew with a machine. Just because the the machine only, the sewing foot only goes up like this much. Absolutely, man. Super fun. I love all this stuff. I started off actually with like historical events, which Iron Tusk and I were talking about a few minutes ago. Doing like Renaissance fairs and stuff like that. So it's been fun to kind of translate and change and take that set of skills into the cosplay world. Oh, so you asked the question and I was already answering it. That's awesome. Yeah, so I learned sewing. I mean, my family, my grandma taught me to sew when I was like a little kid. And we did like the little Barbie dresses and stuff like that. Right? The machine is a total jerk and almost went out the window multiple times. I have backup machines just in case. So if I ever lose my temper and really throw it out the window, and then I'd cry. I'd be very sad. But, so yeah, I mean, my family's kind of always done, I'm thinking about this right now over here. Done stuff like that. But I really got started like, it's like one of those things your family does that you're like, I'm not cool. Sorry, like 5 people are talking to me right now. It's like, okay, I learned how to do it. And I have like I still have like this amazing set of custom made Barbie clothes that my grandmother and I made when I was little. But, you know, I kind of forgot about it. I didn't do a lot of it for a while. And then I joined performing at the Renaissance Fair. And people wanted $1 gazillion for outfits. So I was like, all right, time to break out the sewing machine and remember all this stuff again. So I started learning skills for that. And I got really good at sewing specifically for those type of events. And I met a lot of really amazing craftspeople at fair who taught me other skills. And then I decided to make a Wonder Woman outfit one time, and I stumbled onto this crazy world called cosplay. And yeah, I've been been doing that for a while now. And that's just led me to learning so many more skills, like making, you know, armor out of foam and using thermoplastics. And I learned how to do chainmail and scale mail for that. It's pretty amazing. I'm learning leather carving for that too, which is pretty cool. So it's always fun to learn new skills. And I actually plan some of my cosplays around that now. I don't know how to do this. I want to try this thing. Yeah, it's super fun. Here's I love Wonder Woman specifically because she's one of my favorite characters. But I recently got, I keep showing everybody this because I'm just so excited about this. This is my new chest plate for my my main Wonder Woman cosplay, not for the superhero girls one, which is sort of a comfy cosplay that I'm making so I can wear it to work. Chainmail, yeah! If you look down, it's really super tiny, but if you look right there, that's my big Barda cosplay, and she actually has an entire suit of blue scale mail that I made. It needs to be repaired, but I'm hoping to have her back in action for a con coming up soon. So, it is totally real metal, yeah. So I'm learning metalworking. I didn't make that. An amazing craftsman that goes by Hollowed Earth Workshop made that for me. But it's based on a design. A few years ago, I worked on a short film for a company called Rainfall Films that did a short Wonder Woman film. And that was based on the design we did for that one. Scale is awesome. It's so awesome. I have part of Barda over here. Let me grab it to show you. I want to redo her, but it's really heavy, but this is part of the shirt that I made. It's pretty cool. I love how it looks on camera. It's always so neat. But so much stuff. And it all laces up the back. Actually, this is really cool because when I made it, I made it for dual purpose. It's for Barda for that cosplay, but I also made it for a cool gown I made for a masquerade ball called Labyrinth of Jareth that was all ocean themed. So it was like scales and then went into this big like coral looking ball gown. But the back of that, when I have it on, it goes like super low. It's like down like this, so like my whole back is totally exposed. But you don't see that when I wear the cosplay because she wears a cape. But dual purpose. The blue is so pretty, right? And then let me see. Here's the headpiece I wear with it. Oof. One second. I'm coming. 1 second. That probably sounded really gross. But anyway. So here's the headpiece I made for the masquerade ball with it. It's got some cobwebs on it. But had this cool like coral fabric that I made. And then all the scales that went with it. And pearls. It was super cool. And then yeah, my wig head is absolutely terrifying because I spray paint it all the time and the spray paint often melts it. But yeah, it's pretty. So I love dabbling and learning different things. So that was the project I was like, I would like to do Big Barda. Oh, I should do that with actual scale mail. That would make it stand out and be different. So, and then from that it spiraled into, it'll be Big Barda and also my masquerade ball gown. It'll be amazing. And it's pretty cool. It's always fun. After I'm done with this project for LA Comic Con this weekend. Oh my god, it's in like 72 hours. I have a couple different things I'm working on. I'm working on leather carving for a corset to go with that metal breastplate that's inspired by actual Greek armor, because I'm a total history buff. Actual Greek and Roman armor always told a story. So when you see like movies and there's like people on their leather armor, it always tells a story of the gods or of their rise to power, often if they were an emperor or something like that. So it was pretty much like walking propaganda that people wore. So I'm trying to carve the story of how Diana became champion of the Amazons into armor grade veg tan leather to be attached to a corset eventually. That's actually my very first stream on Twitch, was me sitting here carving the face of the goddesses into like test strips of leather. You know, dream big, dream big. See, you're just taking it to dirty places. It was especially bad because it was off camera. Like, that's really what made that particular thing really gross. Suddenly it was like, oh god, I'm standing off camera saying I'm coming. And I meant I was coming back with the stuff, but it just ended badly for everybody. I got all those rings, though, from a website called The Ring Lord. And they have mirror ones, too. It's like perfect mirrors. Each little scale is like a tiny little mirror. It's like chrome. I want to think of something to do with that so badly. It's such a cool idea. I have a crafting level of 50. That's awesome. Thank you. Well, hang out. I write tutorials on my blog, and I love answering questions and showing people how to do stuff. So this particular corset, it was based on a pattern I did last year for BlizzCon, which is this corset. Whoop, sorry, I totally hit that camera. So this is a really beautiful, like, velvet, carved velvet with this pain in the ass fake purple gator leather. But yeah, it turned out good. And it's kind of an interesting shape because it goes up above the shoulders, which takes a really unique fit. So I actually tried to pattern this corset off of this one, because when I made that one, I was way too lazy to make a paper pattern, and I intensely regret that intensely. So that gave me a lot of extra work to do this week. But this is going to be covered with this just plain red spandex, which will be ironed by then. So it'll look like the picture down there. Ta-da! So by the time it's all done, it should be good looking. So we'll see. Oof. But I still need to fix everything. Those aren't quite working. But we'll see. Yes. Yes, it is difficult to make all the measurements on everything to make sure it fits me perfectly. I mean, through the process, the corset pattern I have is pretty close. I've used it for a lot of different cosplays and a lot of different things at this point. So it's pretty nailed down. This one's different because of the shoulder piece. So I'm making the body piece first, which I'm like 99% sure will fit fairly well. The breast cups are a little different because my pattern is for a little bit of extra padding there because I'm used to going to conventions trying to look like Wonder Woman, not kid Wonder Woman. So we'll see. I'm going to have to do some adjustments there and definitely have to do some adjustments in the straps. But when you're making anything, there's going to be adjustments along the way. Whether you like sewed it a little off or you cut something a little big or the fabric stretches. As much as it seems like an exact science, sewing and creating costumes is a very fluid activity. It's a very fluid activity. God, I have a dirty mind tonight. I blame you. Yeah, I mean, you do. I get pissed when I mess stuff up too. It's kind of how it works. And then you sit there and you throw a fit and you throw something or you cry a little bit and then you put on your Wonder Woman panties and, woman up and fix it. Because there's not really like a giving up. So it totally looks like a dragon's face. I love it. So I'm gonna take my mic for just a second because I wanna hold this up a little bit. So give me a sec. Realize I just started explaining it to you guys. You couldn't hear anything I was saying. So I'm going to just put temporary pins in there to hold it into place. I haven't put any of the metal boning, metal strips that hold the corset up in yet. So it's still kind of flimsy. But at least it'll give me an idea of where the boobs are supposed to be and stuff. I think it should be right there. This is the hardest part because generally when you're a seamstress or you're a professional costumer or something, you aren't making costumes for yourself alone. So pinning things on yourself is always the hardest part or the most annoying part and the place where you probably will be most likely to make mistakes. So these are already weird right here. So I can tell the bottom fits pretty well. Somewhere close to yours. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. I don't understand. One second, I have to look in the mirror.
Oh, the boobs.
Oh, the boobs?
Yes,
the boobs should be somewhere close to mine.
You know,
The top is looking really funky.
I
I feel like something
different.
different. Yeah.
That's
gonna need a little bit of adjusting.
So
it's really fairly well.
Right
Right here is like the arm part where I thought it might be messed up is where it's messed up.
So I'm gonna
So I'm gonna have to like cut through that a bit.
Robo
Robo voice, oh no.
Dumb
Robo voice.
Yeah,
it's the wireless mics I got. But so far the fit seems to be fairly good.
It's hard
because you can't really hold it up the same way because it's gonna lace up in the back, and I can't replicate that level of pins.
kind of
Power there
by
by myself.
Alright,
Well, it's almost midnight. I have to be up very, very early to run a school tomorrow.
So
I am going to bid fabulous people farewell. I will be back tomorrow night and Friday night trying to get this gosh darn thing all done in time for LA Comic Con. So feel free to follow the channel, get notifications. You can also follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all those things. And should we look for someone to raid? I was excited to do a raid yesterday. It was my first raid. Oh yeah, one of my friends was on earlier. Let's see if she's still on. Let's see. Good night, Iron Test. Thanks for hanging out. I'm still robot voiced. Dang it. Super robot. It's because I really am a robot. I'm taking over the world, one cosplay channel at a time. I totally am robo-voiced. Oh, there's better. It's because I really am a robot. I'm taking over the world, one... Let's see. There's me. Look at me streaming. Crazy. Let's do... She's doing an amazing job on her armor. Let's check this lady out. So if you are in the mood, clear voice, yay! Let's go check out this amazing girl. And our raid call is, what was it from yesterday? You've been caught in a golden lasso, that's what it is. Which is long and has punctuation, which is probably more than most raid chats, but very cool. But she's working on BlizzCon stuff. Coolness. She looks amazing. Hey. Oh, and she walks off, of course. That's so my luck. She like disappears just as like I send people over there. All right, I send you guys over there. Thank you guys for hanging out. I really appreciate you guys being here. Yeah, like I said, again, same Golden Lasso time, same Golden Lasso channel. I'll probably be here from somewhere between 7 and 8 tomorrow night until I drop dead or until I fall asleep or whatever happens. So yeah, thank you guys. Super awesome. And I'm going to stop streaming now. So I will see you guys later. Bye.